It's your boy DJ Thruvo. I'm live here in Hollywood, California with Baer Music, our guest today. Tell us where we can find you on social media.
Hey guys, it's Baer here. You guys can find me on Instagram at Baer Music.
So Baer, how long you been doing this music thing? How'd you get in the industry? How'd you get a name like Baer? I mean, you don't look like a bear.
To answer the Baer question, my real name is actually Sabrina, and my last name is Chang, so you can find me on Facebook. But Baer, because there are thousands of people with that name. I honestly, if I had the choice to just use my name, I would, but it's just too generic of a name. But and Baer, because my favorite animal is bears. It's just as simple as that, and I flipped the A and the E to just for the look of that name. I like that. And the music industry, music has been in my life for pretty much my whole life, and I feel like in the beginning of my life, it was kind of just I my mom forced me to learn piano. It wasn't brute force, but it was just kind of that's what you do. You learn the piano or the violin. And then when I got back to Taiwan, so I grew up in Canada. I have that's why I'm from Taiwan, but I speak fluent English because my childhood I spent in Canada. Mm-hmm. And then when I was around first, second grade, I moved back to Taiwan.
What was that transition like?
It was crazy. It was, and I mean, just as a child, you don't really understand that it's a cultural difference. But, now that I'm more aware and everything, it definitely was just the education system is just so different, So I ended up actually only being able to go to the local schools there until I was in 4th grade, and then my mom transferred me to an American international school, so I was doing the American curriculum and everything. But it was just two different way of an education system for me to handle. And so music, then was in high school. I had to do it. Then I started to learn how to play the guitar when I was 16.
Oh wow, that's dope.
Yeah, so I learned all that because I wanted to write, and I wanted to do that. But I didn't know, just because I had good grades at school, I didn't know that music was gonna be my life until really senior year when I'm applying to colleges. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. It's inside the beat, Sometimes it slips out when you're in that raw emotion.
Right. But I was yeah, what am I gonna do? And that was when I was this is what I want to do. This is what makes me happy. I want to be doing this for my whole life. So that was when I made the conscious decision to pursue music. So then once I took it seriously, I know how to work hard. So I'm okay, now I have this goal. I'm going to do that. I went to Boston, the Berklee College of Music to study.
Oh, wow.
And when I was there, I didn't know what I was going to do, honestly. Cause I like to sing. I didn't think I was confident enough back then to know that I wanted to be an artist. It just seemed whoa, that's crazy. I'm I could do this, I could do that. And I think Berklee really helped me figure that out, meeting different people. And I decided I loved to write songs, and I wanted to be able to do that self-sufficiently. So I ended up majoring in music production and engineering. So I learned the whole side of that, behind the scenes, the technical parts of music, and really just worked on songwriting in my own time. So when I came to LA, my goal was actually to be a top line writer. Like I wanted to get a pub deal. I wanted to like write for the big artists. Like I loved all the Dr. Luke, Max Martin, like even like DJ Mustard was so big back then. Like I was doing like beats and like I was just like trying to top line over things. But then when I came here, I think the reality of all that whole scene just like kind of hit me, and I had a lot of friends who were doing that and not like seeing like progress or results and just being very disheartened. And also because I'm Taiwanese, I had to apply for a visa to stay here.
Oh, wow.
So my lawyer was, this is such a long-winded story.
No, but it's the same
whole
token.
process.
You never really know what somebody goes through to build their career. And I think that this is inspiring because some people are always at that verge of like, I want to quit. And then they see this and like, damn, she's going through this shit. I can still keep going because I can relate. It makes people want to get social on their media and reach out to you because you're sharing your story.
And I want people. Then my lawyer, she was like, well, we have to, you have to put something out to show for, like if you don't have like contracts or cuts or whatever.
You're working on that artist visa.
To stay here. So we ended up, I had already like been on my hustle, and I had been like writing. I would like go to my internships during the day and then come back home, and I would write a song every day, like either to beats that I found on the internet or like that other people would send me. So I had already accumulated like a whole catalog. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna choose some songs from here and really like make a whole EP out of it. And long story short, it ended up doing really well. Like the main single, Breathe the Same, off of the first EP, magically 6 months later, like, it wasn't like I put it out and I was like, okay, this is out now. But 6 months later, it got onto like the Spotify viral chart. So I was like, wow, that's crazy. I think it got on like an H&M store playlist. So then people were listening to it. And then I think Spotify's algorithm picked it up and everything. The ability to be able to like fully express myself and put something out, like that feeling already gave me like kind of like, okay, this is what I want to do, just seeing like Chance's journey, and like I love like watching interviews of him talk about it, and like just how you can like really organically build like fans, and that's through like things like this, like connecting with other people who are trying to push music and like make it all better.
So what is that process like though? I mean, the way that you explained it was great. But what is it really like, the day in, day out marketing, trying to really find people to connect with you and ultimately supporting yourself until your career just excels so far that it just comes automatic? What's that process like? What's the journey like?
So my day-to-day is like not glamorous at all. Honestly, like I feel like in general, I feel like to really make it in this industry, you have to have a strong like mentality. So I like to even like just like implement that into my life in other ways. So I'll hit the gym like 5 days a week, just like making sure I stay focused and like, but I do a lot of freelance stuff even to like fund my own my own projects, but the last EP I saved up all the money in a bank account like to fund this project, so it's a lot of that. And I think it's just it's a lot of like, it's knowing how the great people are doing it and trying to like take one step at a time towards that, and I think that's a really important thing when like building a team. Like the wrong people can hurt you more than and slow you down more than you even doing it by yourself, you know?
Yeah, because it has to be about the overall vision.
Exactly.
Not your personal goals or your personalities or feelings.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't understand that.
And I used to want to build a team so quickly, like, you know, I need a team to do this, you know, like, if I don't have a label, like, I need, and I do, but also, there's a lot of stuff I can do by myself, you know, and I shouldn't, like, you know, I have the same time in a day, and I can like put that to work and really, and I think the whole thing is like, when people see that from you, they want to work with you. Like you attract the people who should be working with you, you know,
right. Instead
of just going out there and doing like a lot of like random meetings with people and like you don't know them, you don't know what they're about.
Yeah, because everybody knows somebody who does something major in the industry.
Right.
But if you really know these type of people, why are you approaching me so readily and so easily? Because an artist is a true artist.
Yeah. And I think the main problem is that a lot of these people doing the orchestrating are not creatives themselves. I think the good thing is now that you guys like y'all are both creatives, you know, like you understand what the purpose of this art form is, and like you just have the business savvy part to like do that, you know, and that's creative too. Like creativity comes in all sorts of like shapes and ways, and I feel like that's where I want to work with people who are being innovative in a business sense, you know, because that's how the future is going to be shaped, and that's like the old label stuff, like
the passion that you talk about with your music, and we see that you're willing to make that investment. Where do you feel like you are now versus where you want to be? How far is that distance?
I think it's, for me, I just see it more as a ongoing journey. Like I don't feel like there's an like end goal, I guess. Like I think for me it's just constantly getting better and like building upon this, and you know, ultimately I want to be like, you know, where Kanye is. But so in terms of that, it's like far off, but for me there's no, like, I'm not trying to put numbers on things or like age, right. You know, just like, you know, because I feel like things happen in mysterious ways, and as long as I'm focused on right now and trying to improve on that, then that will come.
My favorite track, you know, Waiting for the Fall.
Yeah. Thank you.
That song is just so real to me. You know? Yeah. Just, you know, I don't want to die tonight.
Yeah.
You know, like, what were you going through? What space were you in when you were recording that?
I was just, that song actually came through just writing to like an acoustic loop. And it just really describes, I feel like you guys could probably like, you know, I feel like you relate to it obviously, but it's kind of that struggle between like, you know, like sanity and insanity and feeling like walking the balance of that. Like, you know, like people go through life wanting to feel everything. So they like do all these things and do all these drugs, but then you're like, there's that line where like you're dancing around the fire. Like, you know, something bad's about to happen, but like, you're like, no, but I want to feel it. And it's like, even like bad moments, like sometimes it's like I just want to drown myself in this pain and feel that, and it fuels me in a way. But it's like when I was writing it, I was 23. so wow. It was like, but like, no, I don't want to die. I don't want to, you know, like that like push.
You don't want to die young, but you want to push it right to the edge, just to get that feeling, experience everything with it to its fullest. Yeah. You know, but you don't want it to end.
And you don't want it to destroy you.
Right.
Yeah, but
it
like,
does sometimes.
Yeah.
It does.
But it's, I feel like that's just like always going to be.
And how do you pick, for you as an artist, as a person, how do you pick back up when it does destroy you? Because sometimes you touch some tough blows in life, as a musician, as a woman, just from different angles, it hits you like boom, 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 you know?
Right. I feel that. I mean, I think that's the thing with me. I I strive to like just stay strong mentally, you know, and I feel like even stuff in my personal life has led me to toughen up and have like thick skin for this. And I don't even think you necessarily have to have thick skin as much as you just have to know who you are and be confident with that and do that. And I think too many people are super influenced by what other people think. And like, it's not even like, you know, a big scale, like on a small scale even, you know, like you're influenced by maybe what your mom thinks. You're like my mom telling me like, oh, you should go back to teach maybe. And I'm like that could influence you. And that's not even just something worthless, like someone commenting on social media, you know, that's easier to block out maybe. But yeah, I think it's just like staying true to yourself and like when I think now that I've been through it, I think like being a creative person, you are forced to kind of be in your emotions, kind of, because you're kind of just like,
because your emotions
you're thinking
seem
about
like
life every day.
Yeah, because it's how you support yourself. You don't have a system that you have to follow.
Versus the 9 to 5 person, they're kind of like almost like they're just like in that zone.
Yeah, you're
They go home and you eat, you sleep, and blah blah.
And then you get up and you do it again. And in 2 weeks,
exactly.
You get a paycheck that's still not enough for you to afford what you need.
Exactly.
Not even what you want. Just what you need.
Yeah. So sometimes I think it's like now I feel like I've matured a lot, and I'm like when I'm in those low points, I tell myself like this is supernatural. Like I kind of like just have to go through it, and you know, of course, and I allow myself the time to like just be sad. Or like be like, you know, just get that feeling like, and sometimes I feel like, I don't know if you guys get it, like it's almost like a physical feeling. You kind of have to like feel it and like release it, and then, you know, like I think exercising helps a lot with like getting back on into like, and just, you know, like being super focused and not think like exercising is one of the, I feel like the moments where humans are like tuned into what they're doing and not like, I mean, maybe in between sets, they're like, oh, checking their phone. But when you're doing it, it feels great because you're like zoned in. You're like doing something you feel good, like being strong and stuff. So I think a lot of that translates to my mentality, and I meditate every day also. Yeah, I have like a whole morning routine actually. Mm-hmm. I try to I have my phone on airplane mode when I go to bed, and when I wake up, it's still on airplane mode. I'll meditate the first thing for like 15 to 30 minutes to really just like set my mind right for the day, you know, and like, cause you know, you're making decisions the whole day, and like with my own stuff, like to just like stay clear headed. And then I have like a little journal here actually, where I even like write down like daily affirmations, like 15 times a day. Yeah. It sounds crazy sometimes, but like,
I got a whole book. If I could have brought my backpack.
You have a notebook too?
Full of affirmations.
Yeah. And it really helps you, I think, just like, and sometimes I don't do it, and sometimes I don't need it, you know, but like it really just like, for me, I love starting my day like fully like just like calm, you know, like, and I think a lot of it is also removing fear from your life. Because I think that's one of the biggest obstacles.
Because fear just gets in the way sometimes.
Of everything, you know? Because you make that the focus and you act upon the fear. So you're like, how do I not like become this?
Step on this person's foot or...
Yeah, so I think like, even with things in my personal life, I've just taken the lessons to now like make decisions the way that like I feel good about everything. I don't feel like I'm doing anything out of nicety or like, you know, I'm a nice person to everyone. I do think, you know, like sometimes it's like restraints are good in a way because it forces you to think within this and like do the most you can do, like perfect this, you know, and then once you have $1 million budget.
Then the sky
you know what you want to do. Yeah.
But you have to have. I get what you're saying. You have to have that growing process.
Yeah.
Where you hit your head and then you come back because it just shows the spirits or God or faith or whatever it is that you believe in. That you're worthy of getting to that next level.
Exactly.
Because it's a sacrifice.
Yeah.
You know, success is a big sacrifice.
It's exactly. I always think of it as the antonym or like the opposite of normal. So you can't live a normal person life. You can't be, I'm not saying like you can't be chilling on weekends. Like do your thing, but like you have to realize that like what comes with living a normal life. Like Steve Jobs, he did not live a normal life, you know, and not everyone wants to live like him, but if you want to be successful, you have to realize that's what it takes.
Process.
Yeah.
And even when we're supposed to be having fun, you got to understand that I'm still thinking about moving. My brain is still moving
and I
forward.
think it's like it's allowing like even like in your free time, like that's why like you want to surround yourself with people. Like in my free time, like I hang, like my friends are people who inspire me, so like, you know, like it's overall my life is just contributing to my growth. So like I think that's what a lot of it is too, you know.
Yeah, but that's what propels you, because you have to put yourself in that community.
Yeah, and you have to be willing to like be alone sometimes, because it's like not everyone thinks like that, you know.
Yeah.
And it's okay. Like everyone is on their path. Yeah,
because you start psychologically thinking about the people that you hang around, and you start doing the things that they do.
I know.
And it's crazy how it gets into your subconscious.
Yeah.
But it does. It just seeps in.
Exactly.
Like, that's something such and such says.
Yeah.
And it's
Exactly.
Weird. It's
yeah.
really, really
so I
weird.
feel like I even have to make a conscious effort to like, you know, like be like, okay, I'm not gonna be hanging out with someone because I'm just trying to, like, I feel obligated. Like my life's too short, you know. Like I'm gonna be, the best way I can be good to everyone is to be like the best version of myself, you know. And that's not by hanging out with such and such or whatever. Yeah.
What was that one song that you heard where you just knew, you know, like, I want to be a singer and I can do this? That one song that just kind of hit you. Or even if it was a series of songs, what era were we talking?
I think, like, Christina Aguilera might have been the person to inspire me to, like, sing. And, like, but, like, when I got into music, it was, like, it was her, it was even, like, Missy Elliott, the Past That Dutch album. I loved that one. And it was, like, Outkast. It was, like, the Hey Ya, that album, the double one. Yeah. So yeah, that, like, the pop, hip hop, pop music in that era, you know, really just like turned me on into music. But I don't think I even like realized like, oh, like I would do that for a living, you know. Yeah. Because I think honestly that realization came closer to where I am now. I've just been like determined, you know. Yeah. But that like took a long time to cultivate into that final like, you know.
It does.
And I think it's upbringing too. Like in an Asian household, like you just, no one's thinking like, oh, I'm gonna be the next like singer. Like no one thinks that way. It's like I had to convince my parents like Berkeley's the only school like you can apply to for music. Like otherwise it's the other ones. You know?
In my culture, it's like you say you're starting a business, you gotta first convince people that it's not a scam.
Right.
It's awful, but it's the truth, you know. So you get to a certain point where you're meeting the right people, but I think you have to meet a lot of the wrong people first to practice your pitch.
Yeah, that was my like first year of LA, you know, like, and I still like know a lot of the people were the right people, but there were also wrong people, and it's like, you know, like you see all of it, and now I feel like I'm in a place where I'm like, okay, I see all of it, I know what it is, but I'm doing me. You know,
and you connect with people at different things. Because when I first introduce myself. I'm a singer. I'm an artist. I'm a DJ.
Right.
I'm a photographer. I'll video you. They're like, damn, what are you, a buffet?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, but then you get older and wiser,
Right.
and you align with the right people, and you realize
Right.
certain things you're supposed to connect with certain people on, and other things, but never really are you supposed to connect in every single angle right away.
Right.
Because it's just too much.
Right.
For anybody.
Yeah.
You're spreading yourself thin.
Yeah.
And you're not giving anybody your quality,
Yeah.
effort.
Exactly. Completely.
Because this is a brand. This is a brand that you're building.
Yeah.
It's not just a career, it's an actual brand.
Right.
That you got to think about 365 days a year.
I know.
So.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's a journey that I think if you're really passionate about it, it's a fun and crazy, scary, sad just journey, but it's like
it's so worth it.
It's worse than the worst drug in the world because it lures you in. Because
it's an abusive relationship almost. Yeah.
Because you have to conquer that next level.
Yeah. And they'll always come back with you with like, you'll get a little bit of success and you'll be like, oh yes, there's still hope, and you keep doing it. It's like the boyfriend, like, sorry babe, like I'll be better, and then you're like,
but
okay,
when you're ready for it to to just end it, that's when something great happens.
Yeah, exactly.
That's when something great happens, and it looks like that's kind of what has been propelling your career and having you jump off into these different endeavors.
Right.
How do you feel when you assert yourself in the media? Where do you feel like you want the media to help you with, or how do you feel like you want to use the universe or whatever to extend your career out?
I mean, honestly, any sort of exposure to me is like good. Like anything where, just like I really appreciate all the blogs and like just like anything that's like spreading awareness, like in like different areas. Like you said, you guys do like a worldwide thing. Like that's amazing, because that's like that's my target audience, is like everywhere in the world. So yeah, honestly, the way I see it is just like all I can do is put myself out there, and like like people like you guys or other people who connect with me hopefully will like hold on, and like things will spread organically that way, Yeah,
and organically is the best way to go. It's
Exactly.
It's a slow journey though.
It is, and I think the thing is like with my last single, the way it like caught on just like made me feel like, okay, if I focus on the right things, and I'm not saying that's just the music, but like the marketing too, but like do it in a way that's truthful to me, then then things will start responding. It's always like a cause and effect.
Yeah, but you gotta find a way to build up that consistency.
Exactly, and that's what I'm doing. Yeah,
that's what gets hard.
Yeah.
On camera, they're gonna see my yellow teeth, or I might not have cut my hair right, or just all the little different things that you psych yourself out. But I found that the more that I started posting videos on my social media, like the numbers started growing.
Because people respond to like people being true to themselves. I think like people feel that through even like a video. Like that's why like Cardi B blew up, and it's like she's just being herself, and like I love that. It's like it's great.
Do you ever see yourself doing like a rap song where you're rapping, or a rock song where you're rocking?
Oh my God. I should actually I actually have a song that I want to do. So now that the Pink Formosa's out, I have so many like project ideas bubbling in my head, but I used to really want to do like beats and stuff. So I actually had a phase where I would like do that. So I have a song where I did, it's kind of like, it's definitely a rip-off of a DJ Mustard type style. But it's there nonetheless, and I
let's see it.
Yeah, I can totally play it. It's so old, and I'm gonna
Now, is this you rapping?
Yeah, I did literally everything, like the production, I rapped it. I just, it was...
Like she flipped it. This is better than going live.
Oh my God.
Too Real for TV, Inside the Beat, Baer Music.
It really is Inside the Beat. I did it on Ableton, and it's just super, it's kind of ratchet. Bounces. Oh my God, I can't believe. As you can see, this was 2015.
2015, 2 years ago.
So.
Baer Music, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Oh my God, I'm so. Can I smoke this? Or should I?
I don't talk about it. Nah, me.